Hey guys, what's going on? So today I'll be doing a guide for Banshee that will help explain the general role it plays online, as well as cover each ability with some strategies you can use with them, and display some combos you can use to make your experience with Banshee much easier. So I would like to first start off by saying that Banshee is pretty much every suit's best friend in terms of accommodating to virtually every suit within the game as a viable partner. It is best used in the hands of an aggressive player and also requires a great deal of patience in terms of ability management. The preferred burst for this suit in my opinion would have to be Assault due to the overall complementing benefits it grants, and just generally makes your pursuits a breeze if you burst at the appropriate time. While in NTD mode, Banshee has the proper tools needed to take on a good majority of matchups it may face, and can't really be kited that easily due to its aggressive / consistent BR and beam boomerangs. It is also considered to be an S tier unit that excels at both self-defense and offense while under the effects of NTD. While in Unicorn mode, you're pretty much an average suit with decent self-defense with a limited amount of offensive options compared to its performance while in NTD. The main objective when playing Banshee in Unicorn mode is to ultimately stall time by waiting roughly 12 seconds for your NTD cooldown to refresh, and then activate it to become tremendously strong overall for around 15 seconds. While waiting for NTD, you can basically be passive and keep distance from the enemy while suppressing them with CSAs and BR shots, but keep in mind that unlike Unicorn, the main gun is not reloadable and takes around 5 seconds to reload all 3 shots. If you still happen to have ammo remaining for your BR when the NTD cooldown refreshes, I suggest that you simply send the remaining ammo out and then activate NTD afterwards for the additional chance to zoom down enemy, or at least, send out a bit of pressure their way to help your partner land a punishing hit. You should also be cautious of emergency NTD because it causes you to be momentarily stationary with a few moments of invincibility frames, but it's not as bad as Harut's emergency transition time when he goes into Marut. In most situations, boost dashing out of the animation quickly works just fine and causes no real negative outcomes. Alright, so now let's quickly cover each of Banshee's abilities in both Unicorn and NTD mode by first starting off with its beam rifle. Like previously stated before, it's a weapon that you want to use sparingly while playing slightly passive in Unicorn mode, and can either be used with the intention of chaining a Zunda or simply to assist your partner by forcing movement. While in NTD mode, the bullets are now able to gain access to more damage and also more BR shots. Because of this significant buff you receive, you can actually fire off multiple shots very quickly by simply tap firing A and then boost dashing out of the animation. The really cool thing about this weapon is that it can cancel off into either a sub or BC rather fluidly, which allows you to work with just a single remaining shot left if you just so happen to come close to running out of ammo. The next ability is the CSA, which fires off a basic bazooka attack. The tracking for this weapon is pretty decent and can either be used when you have no BR ammo or while charging the CSA up while firing your BR during a Zuna attempt, so that the opponent then has 4 range attacks following them. While in NTD mode, the bazooka can actually be thrown at the enemy and instantly knock them down, but realistically when playing online, you'll most likely miss the throw due to its unreliable tracking. The next ability is one of Banshee's best, his beam boomerangs. This ability when using Unicorn mode is fairly decent as it closes off the left and right options for the opponent in close range, and when in NTD mode it receives a massive improvement and has a high success rate of hitting most players online. Usually in most scenarios while in Unicorn mode, this ability is used defensively while waiting for NTD to refresh, and when you actually land the hit, you should then immediately BC them to quickly create a fast knockdown. You should have enough time to do so safely due to the short stagger the enemy receives from the boomerangs at close range, and also the BC's good tracking and attack speed also helps out the process. As for NTD mode, when in ideal close range situations, try to get into the habit of remembering to BC the enemy after throwing the beam boomerangs, because the enemy virtually has nowhere to go since the left, right, and center routes are going to be pretty much hazard zones for them. The next ability is Banshee's AC, which sends out a beam that will stun the enemy for nearly 2 seconds. This can be used and then cancelled off into BC, which is a great way to deal damage in a fast manner. While in NTD, the stun duration, damage, and length is also enhanced, but realistically in most scenarios online, you would want to use this ability to allow yourself to combo off after a BR shot while short on ammo, or to just use it in melee range strategically and then cancel off into BC for a quick knockdown. The next ability is Banshee's BC, and by now you guys should get the picture that this attack is primarily used as a combo finisher for easy knockdowns or as a sort of ability that you would use for self-defense against melee suits. It's something that should not be underestimated when fighting a Banshee that's still in unicorn mode, due to its ability to brush off many incoming melee attacks by simply using 5 BC thanks to its good melee priority. Its travel speed and muzzle correction is one of the main reasons, next to the beam boomerangs of course, that Banshee has decent self-defensive options. While in NTD mode, this ability becomes a whole lot more versatile as it allows you to grip the enemy down in a rapid motion with 3 variations that can either be used by inputting either 2, 4, 6, or just simply using neutral BC. Generally, I would use neutral BC as a combo finisher after I input neutral melee to allow myself to create fast distance for the enemy partner, because like I said before, when you grip an enemy, you travel pretty fast down towards the ground, which should leave you enough time to boost dash away safely in most situations. I also use this as a finisher after landing 2 beam rifle shots to once again achieve that very same safety. Inputting 2 BC grants you a hop animation that is good for both dodging incoming shots while pursuing, and to also alternate your movements so that your enemies can't read you very easily. 4-6 BC is mainly useful when you're attempting to chase down an enemy in melee range and you are certain that they wasted all their defensive options to use against you. If you guys can, I would actually recommend using 4-6 BC behind objects such as buildings to, get that upper hand with the element of surprise. I know it sounds incredibly cheesy, but you guys will be surprised by how many times you can actually pin down the enemy by just, surprising the hell out of them. And this really works because Banshee just has crazy good mobility in general while in NTD mode. Alright guys, so the very last ability we'll be talking about in this video is Banshee Super, which can be inputted 3 different ways. You can either use neutral super to send out multiple pillars in a vertical direction, or use 4-6 super to make it spawn exploding pillars in a horizontal direction with a beam to stun the enemy, and can originate depending on what direction you choose to input it from, 4 being left and 6 being right. I actually find it very easy to use the neutral super if the enemy will actually be willing to hit you in melee combat. I know it sounds really crazy for someone to actually attempt to melee a Banshee, but if they actually try to melee you, it's really easy to use your neutral super. You just pop that shit right in the face and it'll explode for about 260 damage. It's actually really funny. As for the 4-6 super, it's pretty debatable to use since it could potentially miss the explosions and only cause it to just stun the enemy with the laser. To use this effectively, try to imagine the direction your beam daggers go in and try to use it when the enemy is in those spots that the beam daggers are usually in, but a little bit closer to you in melee range. Sometimes getting the stun on both can work out if your partner is highly observant and can knock both down as you are recovering from the super's animation. But really guys, both are good for different situations within the fight and can deal up to about roughly 260ish damage in assault bursts, but if the enemy is only stunned with 4-6 super, it deals around 100ish damage, sadly. Okay, so now that we talked about Banshee's abilities and all the strategies and all that good stuff, I'm gonna show you guys a quick clip that is full of practical combos you can use online that will have the input/damage output listed for each of them. So I guess I'll see you guys in a few minutes.
私の心にズケズケと入ってくる今記憶に何の意味があるか今この立ちはだかるつもりかマスターを悩ませるお前など私は許さない記憶に何の意味があるか記憶に何の意味があるかの邪魔もさせない行くぞ殺す焼かれてしまえ消えてしまえ誰にも邪魔はさせないお前の腹も切り裂いてやるどうした私は許さないメソメソしたやつが割り込んでくるんじゃないマスターを悩ませるお前など私は許さないもう誰にも邪魔はさせないお前の腹も切り裂いてや私の心にズケズケと入ってくるマスターは守る何があっても 私の心にズケズケと入ってくる。人思いに殺してやる。誰にも邪魔はさせない。お前の腹も切り裂いてやる。記憶に何の意味があるか。誰の邪魔もさせない。行くぞ。私の中の光、私の中に生まれた光。記憶に何の意味。私を救ってくれる光、誰にも奪わせはしない。
So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed the guide I put together today, and if you'd like me to do any other suits, just leave a comment down below for consideration. And as always, if you have any questions about anything I said in the video, don't hesitate, ask me down below in the comment section and I'll try my best to answer it. So yeah, on a side note, if you'd like to join our Gundam Skype group, we play pretty much every day. We discuss strategies, help people improve on the game, and we have like a whole bunch of chill moments where we just talk about random shit mostly. But yeah, just leave your Skype ID down below and I will add you. So as usual, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, share with your friends to offer some information about Banshee, and I will see you guys later.